squad from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Mississippi State about to boot it away as we start the festivities. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Texas A&M Aggies offense will go on the attack first. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over, he got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often, they hit him early, they got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it. His eyes came down, he started floating the ball over the middle of the field and putting it into trouble and got picked off. So it's important in this one, David, up front, they do a better job of helping him stay on his feet to get into a rhythm.
The best quarterbacks in the history of the game, when you continue to hit them, they become very human, and they start to rush their thought process. So he got hit early, and he got hit often last week, and that's why they lost. Position 1, objective number 1 today, protect him, keep him upright, let him get some confidence.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything, there is a flag. Let's see what that's about. Hold. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes the catch at the 30. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick, the ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call. Hold. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Moving out of the pocket. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The kick is on its way. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Leaves it with the running back. At the 40, there he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
He'll keep it himself, and maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Right down the middle. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Well, the offense is trying to throw for it in their own end on third down, and quarterback receiver not quite on the same page, and they're lucky because that was almost picked off.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
To the air on 2nd down. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
The give to the tailback. Turning it on. He works his way to the 23 before he goes out of bounds. The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. They'll run it from the gun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Set setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He'll try to do it himself. Quarterback gets enough. They get him out of bounds. Couple of yards short of midfield. They'll mark it at the 48, and this offense is rolling. Ripped off a chunk on the opening play of this drive. Now it's first down from the 48. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wants to go up top. Got his man downfield. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. And that one's going to get Reveille howling a happy tune.
Reveille, the 12th man, all the swaying, the traditions when you go to an A&M game. These fans love their team, and they love playmakers that make big plays down the field.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, we know this offense obviously really struggled their last time out, and they knew coming into this one they would have to be better at running the football, and that just has not happened in this game. They're simply not physical enough offensively at this point.
Got his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Finds his man down the middle. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've moved it to the 19, first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Right on target this time. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Aggies. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they tacked on the extra point. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll run play action. Bring in the heat. And the quarterback brought up two and sacked at the 12.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it. Got in the backfield, got in the big play.
move the sticks on third down through the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Wants to return it. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. They'll run the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play and interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU. It's second down. Here comes the option. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
You go with the option, quarterback keeps it himself, and look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB prevent you from running this scheme in your playbook.
Texas A&M ready to go with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And the Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, he'll throw it. Under fire. That's caught. It's Castellanos. Knocked off his feet.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. It's complete to the left. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged out of the air. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. They're just making things harder now. It's 1st and 20. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback is to use his speed and try to attack the perimeter of the field. The defense, though, not having any of it. You saw the contain on the play, forcing him back in the middle of the field, and they're able to corral him for a huge loss.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver on the middle of the field.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. No fair catches here, looking for room. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And the DB right with him to knock it away. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. He's getting plenty of work. 4th time we've seen this guy punt it today. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Quarterback run is part of their game plan.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right? And having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
And the Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Quickly complete. And he's got enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 34. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires left. Got his man. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Zings it complete to the right. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the 1st down, but a good gain on that play. Gonna look downfield again. It's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Firing to the right, complete. There he goes. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. The play-action fake. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And he can't make the connection on his 1st attempt.
And money down is where you see defenses really understand where the sticks are, play great pass defense, know what's coming, and get off the field.
It is good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
The quarterback's lucky on that play because when you miss slant throws behind, if the defense is in zone coverage, there might be a defender standing right there willing to take that ball and return it for a touchdown.
Fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in College Station for a fun first half than you? And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
The Aggies will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments and...
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I tell you what, it puts you in a tough position when you're backed up inside your own 20 trying to come out. But when you're a defense and you can force a turnover and you already set your offense up in scoring position, they are going to be extremely happy, and that offensive coordinator is going to look extremely smart.
They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. He wants to throw it. Gets it out quickly. Out of bounds after a big pickup on the play. Just a couple of yards short of the goal line. Texas A&M will line up with a first and goal. They're going to run it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Looking to fire. Lets it fly. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Wants to go up top. Under fire. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
We just need better execution on offense right now. Not able to get it done on first down, and now they give up the sack. If you're the head coach right now, you might want to think about a timeout, make sure your guys have their minds right.
Makes the grab. They put it in the hands of their playmaking receiver, but he will be stopped short. It's fourth down. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. center cut. And after the three-spot guys were all tied up.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. He was trying to reach the sticks, but he doesn't quite make it down at the 23. It's fourth down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Fields the punt and try to pick up some yards. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put breaks into the open. Got enough for the first. And they'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. That is brutal. An explosive play like that to be wiped out by a mistake. Leaves it with the back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Oh, he's got a chance. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger. And you could tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Pocket breaking down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The give to the back. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it, and it's been that way all day. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Oh, he's got some space.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Quarterback on the keeper. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Grabs it in the middle. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
That's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are on the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
It's 1st and goal as Texas A&M comes to the line. Touchdown, Aggies! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Running back searching for a hole. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
This offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin them deep. Like that or why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. And the Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the middle. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. So they'll get a fresh set of downs thanks to that roughing the passer penalty. It's 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Makes the grab and knocked down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. The give. Past the first down marker and still running. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. They're going to ride this running back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll try the run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense jumps on it, they get that turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football, and the impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. They'll try to power it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage.
Touchdown, Aggie! Quick strike through the air for the score. They've built a little cushion and now closer to getting a victory here in Week 4.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. And they got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his own end zone. Got it near midfield. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. Gives it on the option.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 35. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Working that left side now. He'll go out of bounds, and he steps out right at the 8-yard line, and this offense is in business.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks and make plays.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught behind the line. It's Allen. And the pass is complete, but less than nothing to show for it. They're knocked down behind the line. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Unloads it left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just... going to find the plays. You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. The Bulldogs racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the air, it's Akbar. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, looking to pass. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And I get it. At this point in the second half, dude, we got to make something happen. We haven't been good enough. We got to score a lot of points, and quickly. You got to be aggressive. They tried. They failed again. This game is all but over.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. Touchdown, Aggies! And they take it in for 6 more points. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Incomplete behind the receiver. Maybe this freshman got a little too anxious. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. To the air, it's Akbar. He'll pull it down and run. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that 1st down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. This quarterback part of their running game. And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks.
I think a lot of people in the stadium are questioning, why are they going for it on 4th and 1 in their own end of the field at this point of the game, but the gamble paid off.
Power football with the run. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Trying to escape and get it himself. All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
Spits it out to the back. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs.
Throws toward the end zone. And swat.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis.